What's going on, beauty gang? As y'all can see, I am here with a guest. Like, y'all, welcome her to the channel. Like, she's so cute. I got my girl Blaze next door here, and as y'all can see by the thumbnail, we're gonna be talking about what dating in your 20s.
Yes.
Because it's different. Like
It's ghetto.
It's ghetto out here.
It's real ghetto.
So if y'all want to watch the video and y'all want to see and just hear about our experiences and what we think, is going wrong, just stay tuned. So I've been feeling like, for one, my mom always tells me, right? She's like, oh, when I was your age, the dudes used to come in and they just used to do this, do that, and the third. I'm like, Mom, these men ain't built like that no more. They're not. And I feel like women, we have changed too and evolved. We had to adapt to like the new world. It's the 21st century. It's 2023. Everything is adapting, and with that, I don't know. I just feel like it's different. Why didn't nobody tell us it was about to be like this in the dating? Like,
yeah, they made it seem like the man about to come ask the dad if he can take his daughter out on a date. They not doing that. They sliding in your DMs with emojis. What is an emoji?
No conversation.
Hello to you. How are you doing? That kind of thing.
I don't know. You said it was ghetto, and I feel the same way. But like, explain why is it ghetto for you?
Okay, so just kind of getting into like a little bit of background before we get into like the tea, because we got to know why we here, right? It's so many girls, I can say like guys too, right, including myself, that in the dating, I don't want to say industry, but in like the dating pool, right, I feel like as like a young 23-year-old, that is probably the most stressful thing that I had to have dealt with. And I don't want to be dramatic because I'm being so serious though. Like the only thing that I'm actually crying, stressed out about, like really like out here like sliding down what's it called? Someone can say sliding down the wall crying, throwing that.
Yes.
That's how it be when you like somebody.
You know, when you love somebody.
When you love somebody, yes.
Oh my gosh, because a career don't never be that serious. Like why is it that
like fuck this job?
The love emotion, like I honestly don't even feel like love is an emotion. I feel like it's just like, I don't even know what to call it. Love is just love.
I think it's an action.
Yeah.
I think it's because you have to show it.
Yeah,
people
you do
just
have to show
say it and they don't even know what it means.
I like that.
They don't even know what it means.
Love is an action.
How are you loving me? What are you doing for me to, pour into me? You get what I'm saying? This is very different. All right, so tip number 1, people, they break up with each other and they just feel completely lost. Like they don't know who they are, anything like that. Step 1, know who you are first. Okay? It's not like you can date someone or get into a relationship with somebody and they can complete you. And they talk about it all the time. You complete me. No. If you're a cup.
I hate that.
Yes. And it used to sound so cute in the movies, right? But this is real life. This is real life. Your cup is not half full and they're not topping it off. It's already full. You get what I mean? So if they pour into it or don't, you're still good either way.
That's one of the reasons why I feel like people be so bent out of shape and just hating somebody when you're not dating anymore, because it's like you were expecting so much happiness from this person when in reality you have to be happy yourself. So that, like me, if I go through a breakup or something like that, I want to make sure I don't hate this person. I take what I can out of the situation and move on. You're not for me. Next caller. Okay. Yeah, but if you don't love yourself, how can you expect that person to love you? Because they don't know how to love you. You don't know how to love you. So yes, I feel like that was a great starting tip.
Have your own, not even just hustle, but have your own things going on, right? Your life should not revolve around them and vice versa. Have your hobbies, have your ambition, have everything going for yourself. Them coming into your life, they should be joining the program. You're joining their program. And then eventually down the line, as commitment goes, you all build your own program together.
Amen.
But if someone is coming into your life and knocking you completely off your pivot, they're not for you. And it's okay to take a step back, reset, because you're understanding this person is changing you or making you lose sight of who you were.
I want to talk about when you said that have your own and they have their own. And this could be for anybody, whether you're dating the same gender or separate genders, whatever. Just think about dating like this. I have my world. You have your world. Sometimes we jump into each other's world to test the waters. Do I like it here? Is it warm? Is it lukewarm? Is it cold? Is it hot? Because for me, it gotta be lukewarm. It gotta be prepared for me. Like, I gotta come in just, like Blaze said, if we like each other's worlds, then eventually it's going to come together. Have your own, and we're not talking about just, oh, you gotta have your own business. But have things going for yourself in your life, whereas though I'm too busy to even think about certain stuff or to even be blown about certain stuff because I'm so busy still working on myself.
Right.
And that right there has been something that I've been working on, and I am really living in that. Because it's never about that other person, because I came in this world alone and I'm gonna leave alone. So you always gonna have yourself. Okay, so like now that we know ourselves, what is going to be the next step for us? Timing. I feel like timing is very, very important because, for one, like Blaze said, that once you learn yourself, it's going to be a process, and a process, as we all know, takes time. So you don't want to rush that process and then say, oh, well, I think I'm ready. You have to know that you're ready. I feel like timing, it takes time. I can't really say anything more because I don't know. I feel like it's different for each individual person. I feel like some people might take 6 months. Some people it might take a year. Some people it might take 2 years. You never know. But just allow yourself time to just breathe. And I knew I was ready to date again, honestly, when I didn't care no more. Like, I didn't care about what nobody thought. I didn't care about what nobody did. I was just at this so unbothered state. And I was just like loving myself so much. I'm like, okay. And one thing I will tell you, timing is everything, because you'll never know when you're gonna meet a special person. Because you can't, you literally find your person by minding your business. You do. Like, you'll be minding your business, loving yourself, and then this amazing person will come along. And I feel like that's like the best type of relationships. Like, not you out here intentionally putting yourself on a market 24/7. Like, no. Mind your business. If you're focusing on your career, focus on your career. If you're focusing on your appearance, focus on that, and that person will gravitate to you. So, I mean,
I like that. I really like that. And along with timing, understand what's for you, it's going to be for you. You don't have to force it. I'm nothing against the dating apps. I promise you, nothing against them at all. But you don't have to go out and search for it. The things we force the most, in my opinion, are not for us. And I'm not saying don't go after what you want. That's a completely different story. I just mean, you don't have to be desperate on the prowl.
That's the word that I was looking for. Desperate. Please don't make yourself desperate, because you'll find yourself just frolicking around in people's worlds you don't have no business being in.
Yes. How did I get here?
Right.
How did you get here?
No, for real. Like, girl, what? You are not supposed to be there.
Yes.
And like,
oh, how did you get here?
I caught the bus. You're desperate ass.
Literally
on the bus looking like.
Literally.
And you supposed to be in a Maybach. Chill.
Really.
Chill.
Honestly.
Time yourself. Pace yourself.
And last little tidbit. My grandma told me this.
What?
And it goes for more than dating. Haste makes waste. Think about that when you are really excited and impulsive about something. Think about what can possibly go wrong if I just speed right into this.
Them red flags.
We're gonna get into
them red flags.
Haste makes waste, baby.
Let's get into the red flags. Okay, we're gonna get into the next topic.
So we covered first knowing who you are, knowing yourself.
Okay.
That's step number 1 with anything. And then we went over timing. So you know yourself, the timing is right. Okay, next, number 3 tip, knowing what you want.
Say it louder for the ones in the back.
Know what you want. No, for real. Like, know what you want, right? Like, do you want a sneaky link? Are you no shade and no shame? Because if you're gonna do it, just do it and do it right, though. That's what I'm saying, right? If you want a sneaky link, know that from the beginning and set those expectations from the beginning.
Very much so.
Right? Saying I'm going with the flow, that means you don't know what you want.
Exactly.
And you don't have no business doing nothing. You don't know what you want. Like, what's the point? Be very intentional, right? So do you want a sneaky link? Is it just somebody that you're just pulling up, you're gonna have sex with them, and then that's it? No emotions, which is gonna be very hard. Be for real.
Let's be for real.
Be for real. Right, if you want it, okay.
Yes, and communicate that, y'all. Communicate that. Like, I feel like we are in our 20s, okay? We are not teenagers no more.
Mm-hmm.
The only way you can do these things really is to know yourself. Like, I feel like that is the biggest thing, just knowing yourself, and that's gonna tell you exactly what you want. Like, seriously.
I feel like people don't talk about these things because they feel like if they say it from the beginning, the other person might not want the same thing or look at them a certain way, especially from male to female. Not to be sexist, but just being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, I'd rather you be honest and I don't like it than you try to play me and I have to find out later. So that's the first one. Friends with benefits, that's all like in the same lines. I want to say, like, y'all can be friends and just have sex on the low. Like I said, no shame. If you're going to do what you do, but make sure that you understand. Yeah, that's what it is.
And this is not for the kids.
Not for play.
This is
like a sidebar. I feel like we should definitely make a video about not growing up too fast for the young ones, because the old heads told us that and we thought they was just whatever, and now
it's ghetto.
Yes,
it's ghetto.
It's very ghetto. It's a lot to come with it. You don't see it, but that's a different story. Are you dating to marry? Are you in a position you ready to settle down low key? You want to start building with somebody? Say that from the beginning.
Seriously, because one thing we like to do, and I'm going to say we because I find myself do that, is blame other people. And a lot of the times, sometimes we are the problem. And what does that go back into? Knowing yourself. Like, seriously, I'm gonna keep saying that the whole video, because none of these tips that we are giving you is gonna be possible unless you know yourself. Right.
It's in the order for a reason, baby. Like, you gotta step one. You're not skipping no steps.
Don't skip nada.
You ain't skipping those, because if you do, it's gonna show up somewhere, right? So we went over sneaky link, friends with benefits, dating to marry, all of those things, right? And I just want to say everything in between, of course, that's still relevant as well. Whatever you want to do, the biggest thing is communication. And just because you said what you wanted from the beginning, things might change. You might have a sneaky link and the pipe is right, the vibe is right, and you might want to explore something new, right? That's okay, but say that. Don't just expect y'all to be feeling each other. You thought, what she said? You thought I was feeling you? It's not like that. It's not like Seriously. That. So if you start catching feelings, just say that. Like, the biggest thing is communication. At least you can know y'all are on the same exact page.
Because you don't want to wander. A wandering mind gets nowhere. Yes. You don't. You just want to be secure in whatever situation you have going on, because let's be for real, that's less stressful. Like, I feel like that's less stress.
Yeah, honestly. And you gotta get out of the mindset that the whole toxic scene is cute, because it's not.
Let me tell y'all something. We have been out here circling the parking lot for lighting, all of that.
So give a thumbs up for the hard work and dedication.
Seriously, matter of fact, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment on the video. What do y'all need to work on when it comes to y'all dating life? Seriously, because I know my biggest one was definitely boundaries and just learning myself. I'm gonna move into basically red flags, because I feel like that's something okay. Red flags will start looking like carnival flags, and you like the green one, the red one, the purple one, the blue one. You just like, I want them all. That's not cute. That is not cute. I think that red flags are something that are for your individual self. Like me, I feel like if you can't communicate with me off of little things, that's a red flag. Another red flag for me is like how you talk to the women in your life. I don't like that. If you talk to the women in your life very rude, or you're always disrespecting them, I really feel like I can't do that, because then you're going to end up disrespecting me if I'm the woman in your life. And everyone has different red flags, but do not ignore them.
Yes.
Cut people off before it gets too late.
Yes.
What did you say earlier? You said time is not, what did you say? It was something about time does not heal or something like that. You said, I
forgot. Bad things don't heal with time.
Yo,
Was it that one? Yeah.
You cannot let these flags, like, and one thing I will say, because I know it's easier said than done, but if you communicate something with someone that you don't like and you don't see that they're trying to fix it, or that they for real, they don't need to try. If they don't fix it after the first chance, bye.
Yes.
Some things for me is a non-negotiable though.
Yes.
Like communication at this point, no. Like, that's a non-negotiable. You have to be a man enough to communicate with me, you know, your thoughts, what we gonna do. If you're planning a date, don't tell me, oh yeah, we going Monday come, you're not talking about the date, and then 8 o'clock you like, yeah, so we going out, right? No, we're not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Or the ones that they get really defensive when you address like an issue.
Yeah,
that's a red flag. It's a red flag. There's going to be conflict and everything.
Yeah.
But how you maneuver around it is the biggest thing. Yeah. Oh, and the ones, I know we're not getting into detail about red flags. We might got to do a video about it. But I just got to get close. This is a red flag. I just can't. I'm sorry. I'm not attacking men. But the men that get the high-pitched voice when they get defensive, lower your voice when you talk to me. You're not about to sit here. What are you talking? Whoa, sir, pipe down. And that's how you know they be lying, because they be getting a high-pitched voice.
And really, anybody can be defensive. Like, I used to be mad defensive. Like, it took for my aunt I used to be like, it was one time, this is when I knew I had to stop. I remember it was one time my aunt was giving me some type of advice or something like that, and I guess I was just very mouthy with her, and she was like, you defensive like a 30-year-old woman that just got divorced or something. I was like, oh, chill out. And I just kept hearing that, and I'm like, dang, maybe I need to chill out. Because one thing I will say, when you know yourself, other people's opinions won't matter anyway. So there's no reason to be offensive. People going to think what they want to think. They're going to feel how they want to feel. You can't try to make people feel how you feel, because no one knows what you've gone through. Don't ignore the red flags. That's all I'm trying to say.
Period, plain blank.
We're going to get into our last topic, though, because I think this one is going to, like, this is the cherry on the cake.
Okay. Girl.
But
what's the last topic?
Y'all, we're talking about priorities. Priorities. Like, this one we had to say for last, because y'all priorities be messed up. OMG.
Why are you sliding in my DMs and you ain't got no job trying to take me on a date? No shade. I'm not saying it like that.
No, I'm going to throw the shade, because I personally feel like you should not be dating if you have no income. I'm not saying that you have to be a millionaire to start dating, but you need to have income in, because especially if you're the one pursuing, you want to make that person happy, right? Us laying in the bed every day is not happiness, boo.
Sex is not happiness. Sorry.
It's an add-on. And for one, I want to get to know you. Dot all your I's and cross all your T's before trying to date a person of a certain level. Because I don't know, it may be some people who's willing to start from the bottom with you. Unfortunately, I'm not her.
And you're not at the bottom. We're not dating at the bottom. On into the first one. You're looking for someone to complete you. Don't get me wrong. I said I don't want to date a man that doesn't have a job. It doesn't mean I'm expecting him to provide for me, because I don't need that. I want that, yes. I desire that, yes, but I don't need it. I'm not going to be homeless, out here looking busted, if he can't pay for my meals and my hair. Okay. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna do it myself.
Do it Miss Independent over here.
Okay.
But a man will be nice. But it's not necessary. You get what I'm saying? Like, we want it, but we don't need it.
Right.
Priorities is like a big thing, right? Like, if you don't have any like goals or ambitions set, I'm not Mrs. Come Fix It Up, Fix Your Life. I'm not, what's her name? Iyanla Fix My Life. I'm not that. I'm not her.
No.
And I think that men will gravitate to a certain caliber of woman because they can sense that we have those characteristics. And I'm not gonna lie, maybe back in the day, I used to want to fix a whole man's life.
Girl,
Really embarrassing.
hey y'all.
Fix their life. Like, you had some issues going on, I wanted to be able to help you maneuver through it, not just being there. I mean, like, taking action. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail because it's very embarrassing, but just understanding that you have to do that for yourself. You're an adult. I cannot hold your hand and help you walk through life.
No, seriously. And you should not want that. Like, I don't know how y'all was raised, but
people walking past, they looking out like, what y'all doing? We recording a video.
But look, so I'm gonna go back to my statement. I came in this world alone. I'm gonna go out alone, and you should have that same mindset, because for one, as we can see in our 20s already, people are very temporary. So you don't want to build your life around someone else and then they end up leaving you, and then, like, you know, your priorities weren't there. Right. So now you got to start from scratch. Right. No. Yeah. Have your priorities straight. Know what you want, like, in the future. Have something going towards that. You know, have the proper amount of money coming in so that y'all can go out and do things. You want to be able to buy that person gifts. You want to be able to do things. And, like, if you have a kid, make sure you have that situation figured out. I mean, there are people who date people with children, you know. So if you and the parent of your child, right, are in a toxic going back and forth thing, don't bring somebody else into that. Have your priorities straight. Make sure you and that person sit down, have a conversation, whatever the case may be. I don't go through that because me right now, I don't have any kids. I don't date people with children. But kudos to the people who do. Yeah. Me. Cause I'll come here with your babies, but we working on that. Nothing wrong with that though. Yeah. But everyone's different. But yeah, have your priorities in line. And to be honest, if you don't know what that looks like, just rewind the video, because we just put it in perspective for you. Just know what you want. Know who you are. Perfect timing. Don't ignore the red flags, and have your priorities in a row. If you follow all of these steps, we can't guarantee it's gonna be Mr. Right. But you can be Mrs. Right. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. For the men watching. Yeah, you can be Mr. Right. Okay. And you don't have to. This can be for anybody. Relationships, friendships. It doesn't even matter. It can even be your job. Yes. Like, seriously. Yes. This is just an overall video, but I mean, we base it around dating. But these are steps you can take into the real world. Yes. They need to teach this in high school. Seriously. They do. They need a life 101 class in high school. I'm going to keep saying it because they do. And we're emphasizing, one point I want to make too, emphasizing dating in your 20s. Don't get me wrong. We just gave you the guideline. In your 20s, you are trying to figure it out, baby. Yes. You're not going to have this video come set your life up and you're just good to go. Like, it's not going to work like that. Trial and error, you know? Boo. So be patient with yourself. Yes. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. Yes. Give yourself grace. And don't take out of context. We don't mean give the red flags and the men that's doing it great. That's different. Like, if you're working on boundaries and you slip up on that, give yourself grace and go back to resetting those boundaries. Right. Don't beat yourself up, girl. We're not trying to be stressed out here. We trying to look good. Skin glowing. Okay. Come on, baby. Stop playing with it. Stop playing. We trying to gain the booty. That's all that matters right now. We want to build them bank accounts and have healthy relationships. Yeah. So I just want to thank y'all personally. I want to thank you for coming to the channel. Thank you so much. I had so much fun with Blaze here. Tell my subscribers or whoever's watching where they can find you on Instagram. All right, so on Instagram, same as to YouTube, you can find me at Blaze Next Door. Like I was saying, I can't even I'm so excited because I just know that this video is about to be a banger. Like, stop playing. But thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it too. A lot of times on and off camera, I was saying here, like, for one, learning from what I'm saying, what Black Beauty is saying. Like, it was a very, very good vibe. So just take it all in. Like, just I don't know what to say other than thank you as well. I had so much fun recording it. Yeah, y'all gonna see more from us in the future. By the way, this is not the last time y'all gonna see this duo. Like, I know y'all feel the energy through the screen. So like I said, thank y'all for watching. So smiling. Thank y'all for watching. I will see you in my next video.